Here we go. Digital Adele back with another Hoops Profile College to the Pros segment with one Matt Hanifan, my co-host. How are you doing today, Matt?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good. Unfortunately, for my own agenda, San Diego State poo-pooed in the first 4 game against North Carolina yesterday. That was a little bit disappointing. Although San Diego State has been the one Mountain West team to carry the torch for the conference over the last several years, but not a great start for that. And just from like a watchability standpoint, like, yeah, we may touch on that a little bit with like Drake Powell, Ian Jackson, et cetera. But for my own agenda, bad. But we're not here to talk about my own agenda. We're never here to talk about my own agenda, which is probably for the best.
But
I'm doing good,
Bird,
man. I'm doing good.
He looked like he was outmatched. Miles Bird looked like he was outmatched in that game.
I don't want to talk about it, but we're here.
We are here. We are ready to go. We have you covered here at playback.tv/hoops profile, where we will be able to partake in college basketball games during the NCAA tournament and bring them to you, which we're going to be doing tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, Texas. Trey Johnson.
Let's just hope that game starts on time.
Man, I'm telling you, last night when I was trying to do the UNC game, it took forever. Like, I was just sitting there because I didn't have a co-host to talk to. I was like, just sitting there. Like, what do I do? It was bad. But anyway, man, it'll be better tonight, I'm sure. We are here to do an NCAA bracket live on air. Is that right?
Heck yeah, it is. Let's
do it. Matt Hanifan has pulled up a bracket on ESPN called fantasyespn.com. Shout out. Where you
just
too
the tournament challenge page
can fill out a tournament challenge page. But yeah, let me just close this YouTube. But just seeing it spin and not do anything is getting on my nerves. Let's start in the South region because I have this thing where I have to do left to right. I just have to. I can't do the Japanese right to left. It bothers me. So left to right.
Are we gonna do like south and then west and then we're gonna go right, or are we just gonna do south, east, west, midwest?
I'll let you choose that one.
Okay. We could just, for the sake of doing that, like we can go south, east.
There we go. Let's do it. South to the east. So the first game up is Auburn at Alabama State. We have Janai Broome, who's in the running for, College Player of the Year, and Todd Pettiford, who's probably not going to come out in this draft. And that's about it. There's no other prospects really in this game that I'm interested in. What about yourself?
No, I mean, there's not really anyone else. Why is his name escaping me? There was someone else that Auburn has. Oh, Baker Mazzara, who Bruce Pearl even came out and said that he thinks he's going to return, I believe.
Right.
And so I don't think there's really, just if you're looking at it from a prospect standpoint.
Baker, dude, he's a hothead. I'll be honest with him. It's going to be his undoing if he doesn't clean that up. But he definitely probably should go back to school. I'm taking Auburn in this one. I don't think Alabama State has much of a chance.
No. Do we just want to do all 16s or all 1/16s? Like, do we just want to get that out of the way? I mean, we could talk about the prospects, but
yeah, we can if you want. We could let's just do the 1/16s.
Okay, let's just making it easy. Saves us some time. But I mean, we're still going to be talking about these guys anyway. But yeah, there's no way that Alabama State even probably comes close to winning this game. Like, come on.
No, I mean, Janai Broome down low is going to be a ton to handle. Offensively, they have a lot of weapons that can score the ball. Todd Pettiford, he's probably the best scorer on the team. Like, if he played and started and they ran the offense through him, he'd probably be the leading scorer on the team. He's that good offensively, so I don't think they have a shot. Duke, they've got Cooper Flagg, Kamon Malawach, Con Knipple, Tyrese Proctor. Needless to say, they're loaded, and the rumblings are Cooper Flagg is going to be back. I wanted to talk briefly about the time Cooper Flagg has missed, and Con Knipple stepping up as they ran a lot of the actions at the end of that game. In the game he got hurt, they just spammed pick and rolls with him and Malawach, and Knipple made the right play time and time and time again in that game. And that just showed a lot that he has a lot more to his game to unlock as a primary ball handler / facilitator.
Yeah.
It also highlighted how good of a lob threat is Kamon Malawach in that wingspan. He already is a good one, but when they needed it, even though teams knew it was coming, they still couldn't stop it.
Yeah. And that's something that I don't know if you listened to the interviews after they asked Khan about that a couple of different times, and he was just like, yeah, like we thought we could, this kind of paraphrasing what he said, but he's like, yeah, we thought we could like expose them in their drop with just like Malawach, and like
Right.
that's just something that we continue to go to because we had success. Like that, it was definitely something, like it was a pet action that they could go to. I mean,
Right.
again, Malawach has very good hands in my opinion, and we've talked about it ad nauseum, but Knipple's a better playmaker and a better passer than he may get credit for. Like he's a very good connective piece in that sense. And like he knows how to make the right plays and he doesn't turn the ball over. And so like
No.
that's something that's really important. Like, and if we're just talking about it from a passing standpoint, the velocity, the accuracy, all that stuff in those specific actions with Malawach was all like really good and something that you want to see from him because he's not considered a passer.
No, he's not. Like he threw one off the top of the backboard. It was kind of a whoops.
Right. That's true.
But after that, he
that.
settled down. But one thing that I think is really important to highlight, whenever you have a young player and they get put in a role where they're asked to handle and make decisions more, they typically call their own number more than facilitating. And the fact that he just took what was there, consistently beat the defense, I thought that spoke volumes to his future growth in that area.
I'm just looking at it right now. I have it pulled up on a separate page. His 3 conference tournament games, Knipples, 21 points, 5.7 rebounds, 4.7 assists, 2.7 turnovers, and 1.7 steals. He didn't really shoot the ball that well from deep. And I think that was just really the Louisville game where he was 0 of 5 from deep. Outside of that, he was around 50%. But he shot 48.6% from the floor in those 3 games, 31.3% from deep, and then 91.7% from the free throw line. Like, I know, again, the 3-point percentage was kind of highlighted just by that last game. And it's a 3-game sample, but like he stepped up big time for them when they needed him to.
Absolutely. And the one thing I'm not worried about for Knipple is his shooting. Not at all. No concerns
100%,
whatsoever.
100%. No question.
Absolutely. All right. You wanted to move on to the other 1 versus 16s, or what did you want to do there?
Oh, I just put them.
Okay.
Like,
we'll get to them when we get to them then. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So we have number 8 Louisville versus number 9 Creighton, and Matt Hanifan's favorite player, Ryan Kalkbrenner.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ashford. He's not going to be on the NBA radar at all. He's a nice player. He's going to be a really good college. He's going to have a great college career when it's all said and done. And Kalkbrenner's going to be a nice backup to me. I don't see him as a starting center in the league. I think he's going to be a nice backup off someone's bench. Where they're going to value him at in this draft is hard to say. Maybe bottom of the first, very top of the second. That's kind of where I'm thinking with Ryan Kalkbrenner. What are your thoughts, Matt?
I agree with you. I mean, like, yeah, Stephen Ashworth, I watched him a lot when he was at Utah State. I think he's just a little bit too small to be an NBA guard, but like he's quick as hell. And I think he'll be like a fun G League player if he
Yes,
like,
he'll be a fun G League player.
Yeah, like that's kind of, and he's a competitive dude. Like he's someone who I think will, have a successful pro career somewhere. I just don't see it necessarily being in the NBA. Jackson McAndrew is someone like big off the bench, who I think will be a player in future years for Creighton. They have a couple of other, like, Louisville has a couple of other guards that like may get UDFA consideration, like Chucky Hepper and Terrence Edwards. But Kalkbrenner's like the big piece in this game, figuratively and literally. Uh, I think Creighton probably does win this game, although Louisville was a team that I believe like they were projected to be like a 6 seed, 6-7, and
Right.
they're an 8. So some people may look at that being like, oh well, like they're upset, they may win, but I just think I trust Creighton. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I always say beware senior guards in March, right? So when we look at Creighton and we look at, Kalkbrenner, he's not a guard, but he's a senior. He's really old. We've talked about that at nauseum. Ashworth is a 4-year guard. Um, and then you have, Pop Isaacs, he's a three-year guard. So anytime you're dealing with players of that experience level in a collegiate setting, you're gonna do well. Now, Louisville has some older players on their roster. They have some seniors, but at the same time, I just think what we know of Ashworth and what we know of Kalkbrenner, you can't bet against those two guys in an even setting like this.
Creighton, you're moving on.
Creighton is moving on. Michigan at UNC San Diego. Danny Wolf will be the big guy featured here. And what I mean big, I mean 7 foot, 250 pounds, and handles the ball like a guard. Gives you about 10 rebounds per game, but a block and a half per game. And he'll light it up, man, on the offensive end inside the paint. He shoots a little bit from deep, although his 3-point shooting needs a little bit of work. But I think Michigan wins this pretty handedly.
I wouldn't necessarily. See, okay, so this is the thing about this specific matchup. So many people are picking UC San Diego to win this game, to where like I kind of want to stray away from that, but I see the
Right.
argument like 30-4. That this is a team that's going to be a good test for Danny Wolf in the sense that like UC San Diego, if you look at their roster, they're not big at all, but the thing
Right.
that they do is force turnovers, and they'll be disruptive with kind of like their matchup zone that they have.
Right.
And, we've talked about Danny Wolf, the turnovers sometimes, like, not that he's a bad decision maker, but sometimes like, maybe he loses the ball in the hand, or like he makes an errant pass or whatever the case is. Like he's had a turnover problem this year just in general. And so I think this will be a very good test for both teams, just to see like, okay, now you're facing 2 7-footers in the front court and Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden. Like, how do you
Right.
match up with that, and how do you kind of expose, at least in this case, Wolf's weaknesses from turning over the ball and being a somewhat of a turnover prone ish type player? The UC San Diego is a very well coached team. They shoot the three really well. They, again, as I mentioned, they generate a lot of turnovers while also taking care of the ball. Like they don't turn the ball over that much at all.
Yeah.
I think this will be like a closer game than some people may like, but I will probably lean Michigan. But I like, you look again, I'm just looking at it right now. UC San Diego forces turnovers on nearly a quarter of their possessions, which is insane.
Right.
Well, the competition discrepancy between Michigan and some of the teams that they've faced in the Big West, it's a pretty big gap, one could assume, but I I just can't get that out of my head. Like that could really come back to bite Michigan in a crucial moment if they're not careful. But I'll
No,
pick
it
Michigan in
could.
this.
You're right about that. They're going to really need to take care of the ball, but I think their team is built to do that. I think if you control the ball with Danny Wolf and the big guy on the post, I can't remember his name at the moment. And you
Golden.
just drive and Golden, and then you drive and kick on the outside with with their guards. I think they can, because the thing is, UC San Diego is going to have to make shots because
Yeah.
they're not going to get second chance points. I mean, as long as Michigan takes care of the ball, it's really UC San Diego. It's going to come down to they're going to have to make shots.
Correct.
And so in this type of tournament setting, if they're not on making all their shots, I could see this one getting out of hand. But I get what people are saying. I do. Always beware senior guards in March. And Wolf is known to turn the ball over a little bit. We'll see. I just think there's too many factors size-wise for them to overcome. But like I said, we'll see.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to look up. Like, they have a couple of senior guards, like Hayden Gray. I don't know how to say some of these guys' names. And I'm not going to try to on air. But UC San Diego does have like a couple of senior guards. I do know Hayden Gray is like, he averages like 3.5 steals per game, something crazy. He's 6'4", 190. He was the defensive player of the year in the Big West this last year. I don't know his measurables or anything like that. Like, I don't know if he's like an NBA guy.
Right.
Yeah, led the country in steals per game, 3.2. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. So like, he's not wholly featured in what they do offensively, but just someone to look out for defensively.
Do you have UC San Diego's 3-point shooting percentage as a team?
Yes, 36.5%.
That's actually pretty good.
Just outside the top 50 in the country per KenPom.
Yeah, I was going to say that's pretty good, especially for a small school. So that's what it's going to come down to me. Is UC San Diego hitting their outside shots?
Yeah.
That's really what it's going to come down to me. And I know it sounds super simplistic, but basketball at a high level is a simple game when you allow it to be. Yeah. And I think these little differentiators are going to, those are going to be the differences in the game.
And Michigan's like, we have to give Michigan credit. Like, they're a really good defense just in general. So it's like that. Yeah. And I'm just looking at UC San Diego takes nearly 50% of their shots from deep. And so like they kind of live and die by the three.
Right.
And so like, again, there's a world where like they're knocking down all their shots. They have a lead. They're fired up. But then there's also like where it's like, oh shoot, they're like 4 of 19.
And they can't get a rebound. Right.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, we can ride with Michigan here.
Let's ride with Michigan. We got up next Texas A&M and Yale. I don't know why the picture's gone so blurry, but it's back now. Now it's back. Texas A&M and Yale. I don't know a lot about Yale this season. There's nobody to scout as far as NBA draft prospects. Same thing with Texas A&M. I don't really have a draft prospect from either one of these teams, so I haven't watched them much. Do you have any thoughts on Texas A&M and Yale?
I mean, there's like Wade Taylor. That's a name.
Like I said, I'm not. I wasn't. Yeah, no. All right, let's just.
Yale has a guy named John Polakidis. I don't know if I'm saying his name.
We'll skip it. I'm just gonna pick Texas A&M.
Okay.
Ole Miss in North Carolina. We saw how that game turned out, or not how that game turned out. We saw how it turned out for North Carolina in their first game. Again, senior guards in March. You got to beware of those. Ole Miss is a good team now. Don't. I hope people don't underestimate that. But Ian Jackson, Powell in particular. All right, hold on. Ian Jackson and Drake Powell in particular last night. Their on-ball defense was outstanding. Drake Powell's offense wasn't very good. But, man, his on-ball defense, his arm length really showed up, his ability to stay in front. I thought he was fantastic. He's an NBA-ready defender right now. Just the offensive stuff is really bad.
Yeah, I think that's the thing where it's just, again, like I'm a little apprehensive about, like, him as a prospect right now just because of the offense. But, like, the defense is there for Drake. And it's not even like the exact opposite with Ian Jackson, but to a certain extent, like I know what I'm getting offensively. I've had the defensive concerns this year.
Right.
But I do think he's a better defensive player than Powell is offensive player. I don't know if that makes much sense, but
no, I get what you're trying to say. I do. I definitely think Ian Jackson's a much better prospect. I think North Carolina actually wins this game against Ole Miss. I think RJ Davis is playing his best basketball. And when he's on and he's making those tough shots and getting into the lane and getting out on the break, and they can turn you over with Powell and Jackson. I think North Carolina is a tough out.
I agree.
All right. Iowa State versus Lipscomb. I know nothing of Lipscomb this season. They have no prospects. Iowa State has Milicic. Is that how you pronounce it? Milicic? Milicic. I think it's Milicic.
Momcilovic.
Momcilovic. I was way off. So they have Momcilovic. I'm not that high on him as a prospect. I know they're the number 3 team in the country. You would expect him to have a little bit more, oomph in the draft, but just as an NBA prospect, I always say there's prospects that are good in college, but they may not translate to the NBA. And I think so far he's one of those guys. I just haven't seen enough from him to really put him in the conversation. He's more of like a UDFA if he comes out.
Yeah. I think that's a fair assessment. It sucks that Keshawn Gilbert won't be playing. He's out for the tournament with an injury. He was someone that was, fairly important to what they do, at least offensively and defensively, rather. Another guy that I haven't watched enough of, but I have seen buzz around is Joshua Jefferson, 6'8" forward. For Iowa State. I just know like the play, like from what I've seen, like the playmaking. He's more of like a low post ish kind of player. But I don't know enough about him to give him like a concrete evaluation, but just a name for people to watch out for if anyone wants to. Do you think Iowa State wins this game? Do you want to just pick Iowa State for them being 3?
Yeah, I think Iowa State wins this game.
Cool.
One thing about the center that we were talking about, he is a good 3-point shooter, a good foul shooter, not very good around the rim, like 42% around the rim. Marquette versus New Mexico. This is right up Matt's alley, man. We got Cam Jones for Marquette, and we've got who for New Mexico?
Donovan Dent, baby.
There's that guy, Donovan Dent. Matt's guy, man. This kid is electric with the ball in his hands. He's tiny.
He's so small, dude. He's like, if we're talking like projecting NBA play, he's just so small. Like that's if he was bigger, like if he was like 2 inches bigger and like, I don't know, 15, 20 pounds heavier, first round pick. No, Donovan Dent's just small, but that's kind of what makes him a fun college player, just because of like how crazy good his finishing is. I think the passing's pretty good. The efficiency from deep is getting better, even though he doesn't shoot it much from deep. The efficiency from the free throw line has improved on higher volume. He was the 14th player ever to have 600 points and 200 assists in a single season, which like can't be ignored. He won the Conference Player of the Year. I still would lean Marquette in this game, though. I just trust Shaka Smart and March. Cam Jones is a bona fide veteran guard.
And he's a bucket.
Yeah, and he's a bucket. If we're also just like, again, potential UDFAs, David Joplin, Stevie Mitchell, and then a couple more guys for Utah, or not Utah State. Well, I don't know why I thought of Utah State. New Mexico, True Washington, who is a sophomore guard. I actually had him when he was coming out of high school as the best prospect in the Mountain West at one point, and then Nelly Jr. Joseph, who's a 5th-year senior big. But these are just like UDFA guys if they even come out, or if they even, whatever. But I think Marquette wins here.
Yeah, I think Marquette wins it as well. And you hit the nail on the head with Joplin, older guy.
Yep.
Mitchell, older guy and great defender.
Yep.
Cam Jones, senior guard, long arms, wingspan, sturdy body. I think all those things, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but just beware those senior guards in March, man. They're very difficult to overcome, that experience. Just know how and how to get it done. So I like Marquette as well. Speaking of know-how, but not an older guy. Michigan State versus Bryant. One Jace Richardson, future lottery pick, outstanding lefty, more playmaking than his stats show, ability to facilitate, hits the three ball at a great clip. Like, what is he up to 38, 39% now? And
Something like that, yeah.
crafty finishing around the rim, rebounds, plays defense. I like the kid a lot.
His footwork too, like when he gets into like the lane inside the arc area, his footwork when it comes to his finishing and like trying to generate space for himself. Because
Yes.
he is 6'3", he is not the biggest player in the world. It's really good. Like his footwork is exceptional, and I think at the next level for him specifically, that's going to matter.
Okay. Yep. No, I agree. I agree completely. Now, the big question is, like you said, is he going to come in at 6'3"?
Again, like I try to give or take 2 inches, just because players without shoes, like they don't.
Is he athletic enough to be 6'1" and to thrive in the NBA? And is he going to have the wingspan?
I don't know about the wingspan.
I don't know about either of it. I don't know about the height. I don't know about the wingspan either. So, I'm taking Michigan State though. That's
he stood next to Ace Bailey, and I was just like, oh man, no. I don't know, man. Like they're both very, very small.
They're both very small. Him and Ace Bailey. That's right.
No, we're rolling with Michigan State. Izzo wins in March. Izzo wins.
Oh, he always wins in March. Yeah, he always wins.
Oh wait, no, we're going right. We're going.
Yeah, we're going to Duke. We already did Duke. Mississippi State versus Baylor is very interesting to me. That defense. They can turn,
They guard, man.
If they can turn Baylor over, this game could be an upset. Not an upset, but I mean, it could be. It's an upset in my mind because VJ Edgecombe is like the third best player in the draft, potentially. But it's going to be a tough hill to climb for Baylor. If I'll put it this way, if VJ Edgecombe doesn't play like he's the potential third pick in the draft, it's going to be a tough defense for Mississippi State to overcome. Does that track?
Yeah.
For Baylor to overcome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really the only prospect in that game that's NBA worthy. Yes or no?
You don't want to talk about Josh Hubbard, who's like 5'9", 5'10"?
No. I love small guards, but no.
Yeah, do you want to go with Baylor or Mississippi State?
I'm putting my money on the talent, so I'm going to say Baylor.
Also, Baylor versus Duke, Cooper Flagg versus VJ.
Oh my goodness!
It's gotta be Baylor,
cinema.
Right? Like
pure cinema. They both lose and are both out in the first week. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Duke loses to American or whoever wins.
Right. That's right.
Oh, what a catastrophe that would be for the NCAA.
Oregon versus Liberty, we can skip.
Perspectives.
I'm just going to take Oregon.
Yeah, they win. Dana Altman wins in March.
Arizona versus Akron, I'm going to take Arizona. I mean, we could talk about KJ Lewis, but he's probably going back to school.
Carter Bradley, though. He's another one like worth at least mentioning, even though I don't know if he's going out this year either. But yeah, I'll take Arizona.
Cool. BYU, VCU. I have VCU in the upset. I don't think Demeen.
Ooh.
I think Demeen's going to let a lot of people down. I don't think he's going to play a lot, and I don't think he's going to play well.
In a separate bracket, I was telling people that VCU, like if I'm picking an 11-6, VCU over BYU is the one.
That's it.
VCU guards. Like they will guard. Ryan Odom has done a great job there. They don't really have anyone from like a draft perspective, I don't think, but like Max Shulga is just a name to watch out for. But I just think VCU's ball pressure will make things a little bit difficult for Jaeger, for Catchings, for Richie Saunders. So I'm riding with VCU.
I am riding with VCU as well. They also have a few seniors on that team. So always beware the senior guards in March. Who is next? Wisconsin at Montana. I'm going to take Wisconsin.
Yep. John Tonje. He's been in college for 17,000 years, but he's a fun player.
He is not NBA worthy, but fun college player. St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt. I know nothing about either one of these teams this year. Wait. They have, go ahead, Hunter Silas, right? Or Peyton Sanford.
No, that's Wake Forest.
Oh, that's Wake Forest. All right, who do they have? Who's Vandy at?
Isn't it like Marciulonis? His dad was in the NBA. He's been like a really good player for them. I don't know if he's on like an NBA radar, but like
I was gonna say I haven't heard of him on the NBA radar at all.
Senior guard, yeah, Augustus Marciulonis.
Yeah.
I mean, he 2-time West Coast Conference Player of the Year.
And this is at Vandy?
No, this is for St. Mary's.
Okay, so we're taking St. Mary's. It's the only guy we heard of. Alabama at Robert Morris College. Shout out to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm taking Alabama. Mark Sears, LeBaron Philon, way too much firepower. On
Darian Reed.
Darian Reed, don't let me shortchange him. That's a potential second rounder, right?
Yeah. I don't know, actually. He might be someone who comes out in a future year.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking of Darian Williams from Texas Tech.
No.
But no, Darian Reed. Cool. Yeah, too much firepower. Florida versus Norfolk State, 1 versus 16. We took Florida. Clayton, Condon, watch out for those two. Clayton is a knockdown shooter. Very fun to watch. He's got dribble game, hezzy, tween, jack up a shot. He takes terrible shots. But my God, he makes them. Condon, great footwork, super tough, rebounds. Gets pushed around, though. He's an oddity. How can you be tough and weak?
Just body size, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. Tough and weak. That's Condon. But they prevail. I'm struggling here, Matt, so I need you to take the reins. UConn versus Oklahoma. Tell me about them, please.
This is one of the most intriguing first-round matchups to me, just because it's Jeremiah Fears versus a 2-time defending national champion in UConn. I know UConn, the talent is like they don't have as much talent as they have in previous years. But I just think from like a coaching standpoint, a schematic standpoint, like UConn's going to try to put Fears in like every action imaginable. And so I think that's going to be one way they try to expose him and try to tire him out.
Right.
I'm picking UConn. Like I don't trust Oklahoma. I know they ended the season on a fairly positive note, even though they came back from like, what was it, like 10 points or whatever in like the last 2 minutes against Kentucky. Like I trust UConn more.
I was going to pick Oklahoma because I don't trust Liam McNeely.
If we're doing it just because like the prospects, yeah, you go with Oklahoma, but like just the team, I would
trust the coach more at UConn.
Yeah, like not that Porter Moser, like he's had some runs with Loyola Chicago, so it's not like he's never been in the NCAA tournament before and he hasn't surprised people in the NCAA tournament before. But I just trust UConn more in this.
I'll ride with your UConn.
Okay,
but I would have picked Oklahoma.
That's fair. That's fine. That's why it's an 8-9 game. 8-9s.
They're toss-ups, yeah.
Yeah.
Memphis, Colorado State. This is my upset special of the year.
Wow.
Meek Clifford takes down Penny Hardaway's Memphis Tigers.
The one pushback that I have for this, I would love to ride with Colorado State. But the poo-poo conference that they come from never performs well in March. We've seen it time and time again. I love the Mountain West more than anyone ever. but they always let me down every year. I can never get a grip on Memphis, so whenever I pick against Memphis, they win by
Well, that
35.
Haggerty guy's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. But then whenever I would pick for Memphis, or like I think they're gonna win by a lot, it's always in Miami Heat fandom world a clutch game, and they always lose or something like stupid like that. But
Do
we can
you
cover
think
that.
Haggerty comes out? I don't think he does.
Does he have enough? What's his eligibility?
I think
Does he
he's
have another
only in
year?
year 2.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought he was like a super senior or like a
No.
like a senior. He
Hold on.
may. I mean, I think there's a world where like someone just offers him the bag.
Oh,
Like,
the NIL money.
yeah, like a power conference team just offers him like big money.
He's a
So,
sophomore.
so yeah, I probably will say that he stays for another year. But
Hey,
how
man,
about
college life is good.
yeah, for certain college players, absolutely.
Yep. All right. So we're taking Colorado State in the upset. Maryland, even though you protested. Maryland versus Grand Canyon. I'm taking Maryland. Derek Queen, too much. Too many scores.
No, I'm just kidding. I just don't.
Too much offense.
I'll pick Maryland. Why not?
All right. Who you got on Grand Canyon?
High on Grant Foster.
You're high on Grant Foster still?
No, but
Is
I
it
just know
hasn't he been
he's.
in college for like 5 years?
It feels like it.
I think he like
It
really
certainly
has.
feels like it. Yeah. Well, technically, he played 2 years at JUCO and then 4 years in Division One. How old is
Oh
he gonna
my
be?
god, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah, a lot of college basketball for him. Um, hey man, we talk about experience in March.
Dude, that is some serious experience.
No, I'm picking Maryland though.
He was playing basketball during COVID.
He was playing basketball before I was even in college.
Yeah,
Um,
crazy.
well, actually, wait, hold on. Let me think about this. His
20
freshman year of college was my freshman year in college.
That's
So
crazy. You guys are the same age.
that's wild. I
Yeah.
just turned 25. So
Yeah. Missouri versus Drake. There's a very interesting player on Drake. Have you heard of this cat?
yeah, Bennett starts, man.
Yeah, he's interesting.
I watched a little bit of Drake early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of like I think it was their midseason tournament was on TV, and so I watched a couple of their games. This is a good team, dude. Like Ben McCollum, I don't know if you know like him as a coach. He was in Division Two for a while. He won like 4 national titles in like 7 years
Wow.
in Division Two, something like that. And then this is his first year at Drake because Darian DeVries, who's now just got hired at Indiana
West
like
Virginia.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to West Virginia this last year. Um, so yeah, this is his first year at Drake, and yeah, they've been awesome this year. Like I haven't watched them in conference play. I didn't watch their conference tournament, but early in the season, I was like, oh, this team actually plays like a slow, kind of fun style of basketball, and like they're well coached.
So are
And
we saying upset on Mizzou?
why not?
Drake
not?
over Mizzou. Let's do it. Texas Tech, UNC Wilmington. Matt will be taking UNC Wilmington because he
Yeah,
hates Texas Tech.
hate
JT
him,
Toppin hates him.
hate him. No, riding with Texas Tech. What about you?
Same thing. Texas Tech, JT Toppin turning over that right shoulder like the sun rises every day. Just
I was
turns over
actually
that right
looking
shoulder.
at it. He's shooting the 3 ball more.
Yes.
Like he has at least over like the last like 10, 15 games or so at like a
Yes.
decent clip. Maybe that was
Mhm.
someone got in his ear about that. I'm doing like a quick
You know what I saw the other day?
what?
Drop step over to the left shoulder for a layup.
There you go. There you go.
I
Yeah,
only
over
saw
his last
one, but 1 in 20 games, but it's in there.
Last 11 games on nearly 3 attempts per game, he's shooting 36.7% from deep.
I like it. He'll need to do that at the next level to get drafted. I think he'll be a second rounder.
Yeah, I do too. Big 12 player of the year, though. Like, he really came on late in the season from a production standpoint.
I always say if you're going to be a one trick pony, you better have a really good trick. And he has a really good trick with that left hand jump hook.
Yep.
Plays hard, rebounds, jump hook all day. Kansas versus Arkansas. I can't trust Kansas, but I think they get past this round. Dickinson, Harris, he's been in school forever. KJ Adams, he's been in school forever. I'm taking Kansas.
I struggle with this because Boogie Flan is back, but Deuce Thiero's not
Boogie's
playing.
back. I forgot.
Boogie's back, but Thiero's not. He's not playing.
I forgot Boogie's back, though. That changes everything for me.
Do we trust either of these two teams? I don't think I do.
No. But I'm rooting for Boogie Flan, so I'm taking Arkansas. DJ Wagner, Flan backcourt. DJ Wagner's been playing really well. The big guy for Arkansas is hilarious to watch because he's so skinny and so frail. He just gets beat up all game. It's a hilarious thing to watch. Yeah, hilarious. But I'm taking Arkansas in that game.
I'd flip a coin.
I think Dickinson's gonna have 25 points on that kid.
And they still might lose. That's how bad.
And they still might lose. You're right.
Yeah, flip a coin. I mean, Kansas was the number 1 team in the country heading into the year. That's kind of funny to look in retrospect.
I mean, when I saw that, I didn't know how.
It's the talent. They have talent, but I mean, they have talent in the sense that they have good college talent.
Right.
But they've just underperformed, and I don't see a reason why I should trust them now.
St. John's, Oklahoma. Anybody that you want to shout out? What?
You mean Omaha?
What did I say?
You said Oklahoma. I'm
an idiot. St. John's versus Omaha, yeah. The old Peyton Manning. Omaha! I got St. John's because of their defense. Kadari Richmond, undrafted. I don't know if what's his name? Junior. What's his Ruiz? What's his name? The guard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, RJ Luis.
Yeah, RJ Luis Jr. I don't know if he's coming out. I don't know if he's coming out in this draft.
Maybe not.
But he's an NBA talent. I don't think anybody on Omaha is. Oh, I like him a lot. He's been playing really well down the stretch.
Aaron Scott's really another one.
Yeah, so I think St. John's too much talent, too well coached.
Agreed.
Regardless of what you think about Patino.
Dude, he wins in March too.
Yes. Another coach that wins in March. That has senior talent on his team.
Yep.
All right, we're just Houston. That's about it. That's all we have to say. Picking Houston. Yeah. Skip. Gonzaga, Georgia. Asa Newell upsetting Gonzaga? Or little Ryan Nimhart? Is he too good?
I think Gonzaga is just better than Georgia.
Yeah.
That should be another team that's, I think, should be seated higher. Then they're just not. So I'm riding with Georgia. Or not Georgia.
Gonzaga. Yeah,
I don't like Georgia's team outside of Newell. I don't know. I can't. Not that I am I think they're bad or anything, but they're just not well spaced.
No, but they play hard and they're tough.
Yeah, they play in the SEC. So, but I'm still riding with Gonzaga. What about you? Do you want me to change it?
I'm with Gonzaga. I'm with the Zags.
Okay.
Clemson, Shenlian.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ian Shevlian. I don't know how to say
Something
his
like
name.
that. But I'm taking Clemson. He's not coming out this year either, but I thought he was older, but he's not.
This Clemson team's also like pretty good too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw the news before we hopped on. Will Wade is heading to NC State.
I
So
did
that's
not.
a big fat distraction around McNeese. So I'm riding with Clemson.
Agreed. Purdue at High Point. I'm taking Purdue.
Yep. Braden Smith, dude. Do you think he's an NBA player? You
I
think he's
think
too
he's
small?
going to be a nice I think he's going to be a nice G League player.
He's good, but yeah, he's small.
He's tiny. He's tiny, dude.
Trey Kaufman-Renn? Any? No?
Nah. This is the one I can't pick. Illinois versus Texas or Xavier. It depends on who wins.
I think I'm riding with Illinois anyway.
Over Trey Johnson's Texas Longhorns. Okay.
I just think the talent discrepancy between the rest of Trey Johnson's teammates in Illinois will be just a little bit too much of a mountain to overcome. But hey, man, Texas has proved us wrong before with that, and it's
That's
because
what
it's
I'm
been because of
saying.
Trey Johnson. So it's like, because
I'll take Illinois, but I'm not happy about it.
If I'm being genuinely honest with you, I think Xavier wins tonight. So
Kasper Siakachonis is on Illinois. They have another center who's NBA worthy, but he's not great.
Thomas Love.
Yeah, they have Will Riley, who's Matt's favorite player.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They sent me merch the other day with the jersey. No, I'm just kidding.
You got a Will Riley jersey in the mail.
They're like, we got to give this guy a Will Riley jersey.
Right.
No, they didn't actually do that, but
he's been playing better of late. Not really.
How low is that bar, though?
Pretty low. Yakachonis hasn't played well, but I think he was kind of pacing himself, to be honest. Because he's been getting doubled and triple teamed, but when they needed him to come up big, he takes big shots and makes big shots. So
I see him falling down mock drafts. Do we think he falls to one team in South Florida? Question mark, exclamation
I think he's falling down, quote unquote, media people like ourselves draft boards.
Oh, what's this balloon thing?
AI is something crazy, dude. Let me do it. Does it do it for me? No? Peace? Okay. All right, we're getting silly. Oh
Look
my
at that.
God. What is that even? Why?
Is it 2 thumbs up? Is there a thing for that?
Hold on. Thumbs up? Nope. Thumbs down?
Thumbs down.
Yeah, it rained. It rained, bro.
I don't know why it's doing that, but
okay, I'm done.
Anyway.
Playback's wild. It's adding all kind of stuff we didn't know about. Playback.tv/hoops profile. He's just tumbling down media boards. There's no NBA evaluators boards he's tumbling down.
I wonder if they're getting that from evaluators. That's my thing, but I don't know. But
I can assure you the answer is no.
I hope you're right. Or actually, I hope you're wrong, because I hope there's.
You hope he falls to the Heat.
Yeah. Listen, man, we're desperate. Like, come on.
Hey, I'm desperate for Trey Johnson, but I think he's going to go like really high.
I think he is too, now that he's doing what he's doing. Anyway, Kentucky, Troy, who do you got?
I don't believe in Kentucky, but I don't believe in Troy.
You don't believe in Kentucky?
No.
How come?
I'm just not a big fan of their talent. I mean, Brea is okay. Atega Owe is good, but offensively he's not that good. Defensively he's great. Atega Owe, he's interesting, right? He's got an NBA body. He's NBA point of attack defense and off ball defense. He'll rebound for you. Doesn't shoot the ball well. His jumper is ugly. And he turns the ball over. I don't know, man. I don't
He
know.
does turn it over.
I'm gonna take Kentucky, but I'm not sure about it.
I think we've gotten rid of the Calipari stink that was the Kentucky losing all of these like games to like 15 seeds or whatever. Mark Pope, I think, is better in that respect, even though he doesn't really. He lost his opening game last year to BYU, or as at BYU, so maybe I'm just wrong. But I'm riding with Kentucky.
UCLA, Utah State.
There's no one NBA worthy in this game. I'm going with UCLA.
Go with chalk. Tennessee at Wofford. Tennessee's defense is too good. Chaz Lanier, Ziegler. Need I say more?
No.
Chaz Lanier will be a end of the first round type of guy. And
do you want to do this to where we do the top and then we just keep going until we pick one from this region or one from these two regions?
Since we talked about all these guys, we're not going to have to discuss much. We can just pick.
Okay.
Just a little bit about why you would pick the win. We've already gone in depth about the prospects. So Auburn versus Creighton, who you got?
I am going to pick Auburn.
I'm also going to pick Auburn. I think Auburn is too good offensively for Creighton to keep up.
Pettiford versus Kalkbrenner in terms of like attacking him and screen
in the PNR. Oh my god,
that will be interesting. That will be something I have an eye on, assuming both of these teams win their first game.
Yeah, Kalkbrenner is going to get torched.
That's likely. There's the likelihood of that happening.
Duke at Baylor. Who you got?
Duke.
I take Duke as well. Too good of a team overall.
The thing, though, that I will caution people about Duke, this isn't new news, but the lack of experience, like in one of these games, whether it's against Baylor, whether it's against, an upcoming team, like not that Cooper Flagg is someone who gets frazzled because he's not. Same with Knipple, same with other one of these guys. But like, what if they get punched in the mouth in a tournament setting? Like, for 7 minutes of a game or something like that, or a team goes on a big run somehow, even though Duke's defense is really good. Like, what if that happens? Like, how does Duke respond? That's my question. One of my big questions for the tournament.
You'll learn a lot about these kids as NBA prospects if that happens.
Correct.
How they respond to that adversity.
It's going to happen, I think, at some point. I just don't know when.
I think Con Knipple's the type of guy that just keeps his head about him, keeps you steady, makes winning plays, fights tooth and nail. Flagg's too good of a talent. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm with you, but like, what happened? Because again, the ACC had a pretty down year. Not that no one in the ACC was good. Like Clemson was good, but like, I just wonder, like one of these other teams, like
Baylor could be that team.
Baylor could be that team. Yeah, like VJ goes on a quick run, or he leads a quick run, and it's just like, oh shoot! Like,
let me ask you, who guards VJ?
Knipple.
He's smart. He's a good defender, but does he have the foot speed to stick with that guy?
That's a good point.
Tyrese Proctor.
Do you think like Sion James does it?
Yeah, I think it's Sion James. Yep.
Maybe have like Jeremy Roach, like Knipple guards Jeremy Roach or something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cross match. For
yeah.
Sure. But I mean, I'm not down on Knipple's defense, but he's gotten away with having slow feet this whole season because he's smart, and I don't think that's going to be enough against VJ.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oregon versus Arizona. Who you got?
I'm picking against Caleb Love. because he's Caleb Love.
I agree.
Has Oregon and Arizona they've played this season, right? Like, how are the? Hold on, let me look up those matchups really quick.
Yeah, I mean, I also am picking against Caleb Love because he's never met a shot he didn't like.
Your favorite player, Caleb Love.
He's my Ryan Kalkbrenner.
Hold on, I'm trying to look this up fairly quick. No, they haven't played this season. I guess maybe it's just the Pac-12. I got it mixed up in my brain.
All
But
good. So Oregon it is. Michigan,
VCU, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Their defense is really good.
So is VCU's. I'll pick Wisconsin. Why not?
I mean, you can pick VCU if you believe in it.
I don't trust Wisconsin enough, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I'll ride with Wisconsin.
St. Mary's in Alabama. Alabama.
This specific hold on. This specific game is interesting because St. Mary's plays at such a boring pace that I actually think that could throw Alabama off.
Right.
I don't know if it will be enough, but like St. Mary's is like a very efficient team on both ends of the floor. I kind of want to go St. Mary's here, but we can go Alabama because I think Alabama's supremely talented.
Yeah, I just think the guards are too much. Phylon, Fears, Grant Nelson has tons of experience. I just think they're going to be too much to handle offensively.
Oh shoot, we didn't even do the left side. That's my bad.
That's
Michigan,
all right.
Texas A&M.
Michigan.
Do we think North Carolina beats Iowa State without Gilbert?
I do.
Really? Okay.
I really do.
Hey man, nobody believes in us. North Carolina.
This is the best basketball they've played all season. When they're guarding and turning people over, they're tough to beat.
It's true.
And when RJ Davis is hitting shots like he has been, he's been on a tear.
6 of 6 from 3 last night.
Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable.
Marquette, Michigan State.
Oh, that's a tough one, but I'm taking Izzo. Give me Izzo.
I will probably, yeah.
We might as well stick right there.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, you'd get it out of the way.
Auburn, give Michigan. Me Izzo again.
You want Izzo again? See, okay. Someone told me this trend last night. Someone I work with told me this trend. That at least one 7 seed or higher has made the Final Four in like 10 of the last 11 years or something crazy like that. Do we think North Carolina beats Michigan State? Not saying this is the team that I would pick, but I'm throwing that out there. Just something to consider.
It's possible, but I don't see it. The reason why I don't see it, those Michigan guards are just as good as North Carolina's guards.
I mean, Jace, I think Jace, yes, but like
Jace is going to be the best player on the floor.
Probably not Elliot Cadeau. You don't have enough faith in Elliot Cadeau?
I do not. And Fears is a good point guard for Michigan State.
Jeremy Fears, not Jeremiah Fears, for the people curious. Are they related?
No idea.
I'll probably go Michigan State. I don't feel good about it in this specific game.
What can you do?
Auburn, Michigan.
Auburn. The Fighting Danny Wolfs go home.
Him and Broom, that's an interesting matchup. Him and Janai Broom.
Yeah.
I think Janai may bully him, but or if they may just stick Golden on Broom and
Broom's
being
got the advantage either way.
Yeah. Dude, he's so strong.
Yep.
Even though slightly undersized, big.
But he'll take
with a
you
limited
outside
skill
too.
set. I guess. A little bit.
In college, I'm not saying it'll translate in the NBA, but in college.
Duke, Oregon.
Duke.
Wisconsin, Alabama. I think Alabama rolls.
Alabama. Wow, that's your Final Four, guys.
Well, we're the Elite Eight now.
Oh, that's right, the Elite Eight.
Auburn, Michigan State.
Michigan State.
Wow, I like it.
Yep.
Although I just said I wouldn't pick Michigan State against. I don't know if
you did. You said North Carolina's winning that game.
The trends are the trends. I mean, we'll probably get to maybe an upset down here or something that.
Probably. And trends
wow.
are made to be broken.
Do we think? I think Alabama may beat Duke.
I don't think so.
I think this is where the inexperience.
That's a good point. The experience factor's there. Mark Sears, Phylon's tough. I'm picking Duke though.
All right, you know what? We'll ride with it. We'll ride with it. All right, let's get to this side.
Florida at UConn.
Florida.
Florida.
Dude, Florida's a machine right now. They might.
They're very good. They're very, very good.
Colorado State, Maryland.
Maryland?
You don't know how bad I actually want to pick Colorado State in this game. They've been so good lately, but they're the Mountain West, so Maryland.
So Maryland.
They've won. Colorado State's won 10 straight games.
Can Drake beat Texas Tech?
Say that again?
Could Drake beat Texas Tech?
Yes.
Is that your upset?
We're riding with it.
Drake over Texas Tech.
Again, this goes to my UC San Diego point earlier, which I don't care. But like Drake is such a popular, like this team may make the Sweet 16 that like I kind of want to stay away from it. Gotcha. But we're riding with it anyways. I don't care.
I mean, I thought Arkansas could beat St. John's possibly. It's my Boogie Flan biased.
I love Boogie too, especially if Thiero doesn't play. He's not going to play in this first game. I don't know about the second. They have to win first, but
right.
Dude, St. John's can't shoot though. Like
no.
But they're so good defense. Like sticking Kadari or whomever on Boogie, like ooh. Second game off of a hand injury.
Long day, bro. It's a long day.
It's a long day.
I'm taking St. John's.
Also, kind of funny subplot: Calipari versus Pitino.
Yeah, that'd be
former
awesome.
Kentucky versus former Kentucky. I'm picking St. John's. They also Louisville, Kentucky for years. Like that was like a mini rivalry between them. But I'm riding with St. John's.
Houston at Gonzaga.
I'd probably
Cougars.
I'd probably lean Houston.
Yep. Clemson at Purdue. I'm taking Clemson. Over your boy Braden.
Wow. See, this is where I think guard play with Braden Smith.
Yeah, Braden. You're right. Braden's tough. He's tough. I'll pick Purdue. I'll go Purdue. You've swayed me with your Braden Smith.
Hold on. I'm gonna look up his numbers really quick. I want to say
his numbers are insane.
Right. And he's, a third-year guard who made the national championship last year. Yeah, 16 points, led the Big Ten in assists, 8.7 per game to 2.9 turnovers, 2.2 steals, 44, 38, 83 shooting splits.
I told
he takes
you,
over 6 threes per game. Like, guard play helps, man.
I agree. Purdue. Illinois at Kentucky. I'm taking Illinois. Who would you take? Is Otega way and Brea enough?
Amari Williams ain't bad. Oh, just hit my mic. I keep doing that. Amari Williams isn't bad either. He might have some fun against Avicic,
Yeah.
but I probably would lean Illinois.
Upset special, baby. UCLA at Tennessee. I'm taking Tennessee.
Tennessee next. Yep.
We'll stick right where we're at. And Houston, Purdue. Who do you got?
I think Houston wins, but I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, I don't feel good about that either. We'll take them, but that's tough. Cryer's overrated to me, man.
They have
We got-
Milos Uzan too.
Yeah,
He might be a UDFA guy.
he could be UDFA. Illinois at Tennessee. Who do you got?
I'm taking Illinois.
See, I got Illinois too. Okay. Big upsets.
Florida, Maryland.
Florida.
We're not actually going to pick Derek Queen again, are we?
I'm not. Florida.
I come off as a big Derek Queen hater when I say that.
Well, we're both lower on him than the consensus.
Again, I work with the Maryland fan somewhere else.
And there you go.
And he's like, I was telling him, I was like, I'm low on Derek. He's like, I am too. I was like,
wow.
He's
Okay.
I don't know where he has him specifically, but I was telling him, I was like, him and I are both in agreement.
Offensively, he's very, very good. Defensively,
one of these teams that he faces, they're just going to relentlessly attack him in that zone, and it's
right.
Are we picking Drake? Are we doing it? Are we
St.
doing
John's.
it?
I'm taking St. John's. I'm not doing it.
Oh, come on. I was hoping to convince you, even though I really didn't have an argument for that.
There is no argument that not enough offense to overcome that smothering defense.
Drake will play at a slow tempo. They're going to bore people to death, but they're
unless
efficient.
they're turning it over.
Hold on, I'm just going to do a quick search on Drake's turnover rate defensively. I don't know how high it is. 22%. They're 10th in the country in opposing turnover rate. They force a lot of turnovers. They offensive rebound the ball well. They defensive rebound the ball well. We can ride with St. John's. But they can't shoot.
Who's St. John's?
Yeah.
Kadari Richmond could live at the foul line in this game. Live at the foul line.
Yeah. Drake does foul a lot. But they also make other teams foul a lot. They shoot the 3-ball 35% clip. They're so slow. Like such a slow tempo. I know Pitino would like to up the ante a little bit with they'll force turnovers in that full court press.
Yeah, they got that ball pressure. Kadari at the tip of that spear is a tough cookie to handle, man. I'm taking St. John's.
If this was the real life matchup, I would probably bet Drake, but this isn't what we're talking about. Florida St. John's. I'm picking Florida. I'm picking Florida.
I'm not picking against Pitino in that matchup. I would take St. John's. But Florida's the better team, if that makes any sense. I'll take Florida. I'll pick Florida. Houston and Illinois. Can Illinois pull off the upset?
Every single time Houston's in the tournament, they get to the Elite Eight, and then they just fall. They have a bad shooting night, and it just falls apart. This is the game that I'm.
So Houston, we're going chalk? 1 versus 1?
No, I'm going Illinois.
Oh, okay. I'll take Illinois as well.
This is our Hoops Profile Kasparas Yakachonis bias.
It is all over this show. Our bias for one Kasparas Yakachonis is oozing through our pores. Who do you got in the championship, bro?
Duke smacked Illinois with a chair several times over a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm
I
taking
don't think
Duke
it's
as well.
quite like that, but I do think Duke beats them again.
I agree. I'm taking Duke. And then the other side of the bracket, I'm taking Michigan State.
I would take Florida in this.
Give me your argument.
I think Florida's offense is too high powered for Michigan's defense. And I would trust Florida. I don't know. I think I trust Florida's offense more than I do Michigan State's. Because I don't think Michigan State's offense is that good. Outside
That's fair.
of Jace.
They lean heavily on Jace at the end of games.
Yeah.
So we'll take Florida.
And like Florida is playing their best basketball this season. They're top 10. They're the best offense in the country. Top 10 defense. Like I'm taking Florida.
Senior guard play. They have senior guard play.
And
Florida versus Duke.
I think I'm taking Florida. No, wait.
Duke.
Do we want to take Duke just because of the prospects? Because this is a draft show?
I was taking Duke anyway.
Why not? Why not?
They're the best team.
There you have it, folks. The Duke Blue Devils. We go against what we preached at the beginning with experienced guards and experienced players. We were picking freshmen because they are the best freshmen in the country.
And they have like 3 of them with some experienced players around them. Proctor, Sion James. Is that other forward healthy or is he still hurt?
Malik Brown? I don't know, actually. Let me look that up. Because didn't he re-aggravate a shoulder injury that he had?
I thought so.
Well, let me see if Rothstein's tweeted something about it. But he usually is the person I rely on for injury updates for big teams.
I will defer to your injury update expertise.
Brown, let's see. It doesn't have anything recent.
No worries, man. Well, that's the end of the show. We are picking Duke over Florida. One Greg Sylvander will be very excited if Florida makes the championship game. And join us for playback tonight. Texas, 9 p.m. Trey Jones.
Hold on, before we leave, what's the tiebreaker for?
Oh God.
Like, I for this game specifically, I'll say 159. What's your number for points? Total points.
Sounds good.
You don't want to.
Hold on, man. I'd say over that. So I'm going 175 points.
Okay, so we'll split the difference. So that would be 167.
I'm down with that.
167. We gotta submit this. Our hoops profile, Brian. I'll deal with that later.
Yeah, deal with that whenever your credentials aren't going to be shown on the stream. All right, Matt, that is it for us today. Tell the people where they can find you, follow, and get more of your work.
You could find me at NPH_824_ on Twitter. I will be with Adel tonight. We will be watching Texas Xavier. We will be, we'll have like Trey Johnson jerseys, Trey Johnson cutouts, Trey Johnson shirts, Trey Johnson hats. Yeah, bobbleheads. A lot of Trey Johnson merch that may or may not exist. We will have yeah,
this is a joke.
Yeah. That's where you can find me on Twitter. You can find me hotoutHoops.com, mountainwestconnection.com, vendettasportsmedia.com, as well as playback.tv/5RSN. The Miami Heat do play tonight. Boo. You can also find me at playback.tv/shoot profile. You can find us.
You gotta go like this to make it rain.
See, is it gonna do it?
I don't know. My thumbs aren't big enough, I guess.
What about just one thumb? Come on.
Playback hates us. All right, man. Well, that is it for the show today, guys. I'm glad you've enjoyed Matt Hanifan waving his thumbs around. I will see you next time. And we're out, dude.